So, what can we learn from a bunch of dusty burners, a bunch of dusty hippies running around the desert playing dress up? What do we as organizations possibly have to learn from them? But they do manage to build up entire cities in a matter of days. It's easy, it's convenient to make fun of other people. It takes more of an effort from us to look beyond what we feel is weird and try to learn something from each person we encounter. It takes an effort to leave what's familiar and to take a step out of your comfort zone. But that's what you need to do if you want to evolve, whether you're an organization or an individual. Life begins at the edge of our comfort zone. This is a favorite quote of mine, frequently used by Chef Jose Andres. It's not his quote, but he truly embodies the essence of it. As a Michelin starred chef, he could be content, enjoying his fame, enjoying his many restaurants around the world. But that isn't his purpose in life. His purpose is to feed the world, and the world goes beyond the guests visiting his restaurants. So instead, you will find his world central kitchen wherever disaster might strike, whether it be after an earthquake in Haiti, or amongst the war in Ukraine, or during the genocide in Gaza. His purpose, their purpose, is to feed the world. And in order to do that, they need not only to leave their mental comfort zones, but their physical as well. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. This motto has taken me on numerous adventures. And a few weeks ago, it took me to the Karoo Desert of South Africa. So this story began with a dear old friend of mine giving me a call saying, "Come with me to Africa, Bern. It'll be you and I and about 10 to 15,000 other people setting up an entire community consisting of different theme camps in the middle of the desert. I promise you the experience of a lifetime. You will have the opportunity to truly connect with people. In fact, during our 10 days out in the desert, we won't even have reception. You will be totally cut off from the world." Now let that sink in. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about not being able to tell my family I'm okay with a bunch of hippies out in the desert. I'm okay with the snake bites and the scorpions. So this sounds like the beginning of a great horror movie, I thought. But then again, this cat is a very curious one. So the preparations began. My friend, she decided that we were to join this French themed camp called Le Petit Paris with 50 other members. Our purpose would be to throw lavish parties with great DJs and free champagne to anyone who wanted to visit us. Our purpose was to bring them joy. And this sounds great, but how are you going to take 50 people who've never met and who are scattered all around the world to come together and make something like this happen? This is where the importance of experienced leaders come in. Our leaders, our camp leaders, set the stage from the start. They conducted interviews with each and every one of us, telling us about the principles and the expectations, not only for the camp, but the community in large. And please note, I'm saying principles, I'm not saying values. If you want diversity, you need to allow for people to have different values, but you can commit to a set of common principles. So the interesting thing was that they then shifted their focus and wanted to know what each of us had for passions, what interests we had, what did we want to bring to the table. Because the unique flavor of this year's camp was going to be the sum of all of our passions and interests. Now, again, note, this is where you spark motivation. This is how you get people to engage, by asking them, what do you want to bring to the table? This was the right slide. There are also, of course, the need to do tasks as well. We were asked to arrive a few days prior to the festivities, to build a camp, set up a kitchen, make sure we had the DJ booth, everything, showers, things like that. We were asked to self-organize into teams, taking on shifts, cooking shifts, cleaning shifts, and so on. But it's interesting how little of an effort it is to do the need to do tasks when someone is already tapped into your motivation. Well in place, shit hits the fan. You can't plan for everything. You have to adapt. Especially out in the desert. Rain occurs, the DJ set for the lavish party breaks down. In the desert, you can't afford to wait for the right people with the right skills to turn up. You have to look, who are we who are here? How can we gather and solve this problem together? You have to adapt. You have to be creative. But this is where the magic happens. When you get a bunch of people voluntarily gathering around a problem and seeing, this is what we're going to solve together, that not only sparks the creativity, it actually even builds new bonds between new people, and it reinforces the trust you have in the community. And the manifestation of all of this was during a night in the middle of the week when all of us gathered to cheer on two friends who had never DJed before. The bonds we had created in the beginning of the week urged all of us to be there as they took stage. And as the music grew louder and louder and we attracted more people, and we could see our friends leaving their hesitation and their fears behind and just starting to blossom and glow. And we felt as a camp that this was something for us to celebrate as a group. This was a joy shared by us all. So, circling back to what we asked in the beginning of this story, but maybe with a tad more respect, what can we as organizations learn from the burner community? Imagine us being in an organization, starting off the recruitment process with sharing our purpose. Not dusty organizational charts, not rambling on about what products and services we produce, but our purpose. Imagine us then emphasizing the principles and the expectations, and shifting our focus towards looking at the candidate in front of us, not scrolling up and down the CV, but truly looking at the person in front of us and asking, what do you want to bring to the table? Of course, there's the need to do tasks as well. We're hiring someone, there's a skill we want to attract. But what if we could tap into their motivation and get them to engage? And this is something that organizations normally struggle with. So take people in, let them self-organize, let them solve problems together. And as we wrap up this story, I would like to invite you to have a talk with someone that's different from you and see what you can learn from them. Because this is how you will evolve. Because life starts at the end of your comfort zone. Thank you.